Greetings and beyond the new desire, Dark Symphony Samson with another fanfiction review. So this is episode. Oh no, I'm starting to lose count with everything happening. As always, please subscribe, like. This is my opinion, so please leave your opinion in the comment section, and a link to the story will be in the description. So we're back at Big O. Why? Well, again, Galaxy 1. Galaxy Stories. What's this? What's his full name? Galaxy 1001D. I'm doing another one of his videos because, again, his Big O stories, they're in a series, so they're episodic, and I have to keep doing them at least until they're done. I don't know. She's on episode 39. I'm on, let's see, 29. Yeah, I'm on 29, 30, around there. Wait, 29. Okay. I was just double checking. So, this is the 9 Muses of Death. It's episode 29 of season 3 of Big O. It happened after the events of season 28. If you don't know what happened, it's the episode 28, or Big Foul is finally destroyed. The Paradigm Organization has some of his old followers taken over and everything. So in this episode, I'm trying to figure out how to word it. Sorry, I'm still tired. Well, I'm always tired. I don't know. Each member of the Paradigm Organization is being killed. How? They're actually in the name, the 9 Muses. Now, what are the 9 Muses? Well, I actually didn't know until I actually didn't know about these Muses. But they're a sort of Greek. The 9 Muses of their group, a South Korean girl group. Okay, didn't know that. According to Wikipedia, the Muses are the inspirational goddesses of literature, science, and the arts in Greek mythology. They were considered the source of the knowledge embodied in the poetry, lyric, songs, and myths that were related orally for centuries in these ancient cultures. They were later adopted by the Romans as part of their pantheon. So they're really like. I don't know. Okay, here they are. There are 9. There are 9 uses. I was looking through for the names. Okay, they are Calliope, which is epic poetry. Cleo, history. Etupe, flutes and lyric poetry. Thalia, comedy and pastoral poetry. Melpomene, tragedy. Terpsichore, dance. Erato, love poetry. Paulina, sacred poetry. And Urania, astronomy. What this relates to the story is the members of the Paradigm Organizations are being hunted. They're being killed. And the way they are dying is actually related to these muses. Like the first member, which is in chapter 1, Cleo, was the owner of the Paradigm Express, and he was killed by a bookcase falling on him. So, and that theme carries throughout the story, with each murder being killed by the muse the person themselves represent, which I thought is a very nice touch. I don't really have anything to say because I'm still partially distracted. And I feel like I'm about to burp. Sorry. I guess I'm a little bit rusty with the review. So Roger and stupid roach. So Roger and Dorothy are basically going on a sort of date thing, because in this series, they do kind of fall in love, kind of, sort of. Again, I don't really. It seems more like a parent daughter mentality. I don't Probably, it does come out soon. Um, sorry. And it's to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of their first met, which is a nice continuity to the show itself. And then they get roped into all the scenes because each person, Roger seems to be around when each person dies, so of course he's gonna get. Hey, it's your fault, but I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you were around when these murders happened. Oh, so? That means you did it. So? And it turns out to be, and then they have to investigate everything that happened while the Paradigm members are being killed one by one. They find out it was a power struggle to see who would take over and become king of Paradigm City. And it turns out it was the return of Schwarzwald. If you don't know, if you haven't seen the anime, Schwarzwald was a man named once a man named Michael Seabach, who was a reporter who was in Swade, who kept finding the truth, and he wanted to find the truth about what happened 40 years ago that caused everyone's memory to wipe out. And apparently what happened was he went mad, he got rid of the term Michael Seabach calling, and started calling himself Schwarzwald after the mystical forest in Germany. And he rides the Megaduce big duo, which is like a biplane type Megaduce. And so he was revealed behind the whole thing because he wanted to hide I guess reveal the truth of everything. I don't know. Schwarzwald was the only character in the anime that I never really had heads or tails on. I know what he was about, but it's just every time he talked, it's just I could not understand what his thought process was. And that actually continued here because I still don't know his thought process. He finds the truth. He rabbled on about all this stuff and all this uh, history and knowledge and finding the truth. And I honestly, personally, can't make heads or tails of that because he just segues from one fast thing to another, and it's just hard to keep track of. That's just me. Because it's the way the anime was made. It's not supposed to make sense, but at the same time, it's supposed to make sense. But with Schwarzwald, I couldn't, I can't make sense of him. And that's not saying he's a bad villain. He's a good villain. It's just hard to keep track of what he says and what he does. So him and Roger battle. Roger actually beats Schwarzwald by using sort of like a mind game on him because he's all about finding the truth, but he keeps hunting all the people who know too much, who know about everything that happened 40 years, that might know about 40 years ago. And I thought that makes actually a lot of sense because he was a reporter. He was obsessed about finding the truth. When he became Schwarzwald, he became even more obsessed, paranoid about finding the truth. But every person he killed in the anime were people who knew too much. I didn't realize that until I first read the story a couple of years ago, and I thought that makes a lot of sense. And so, a new group Paradigm organization board members were chosen at the end. Schwarzwald was taken to jail, and Dorothy and Roger finally went on their anniversary date. Honestly, this is probably my favorite story out of all the ones I read so far because I like the mystery. It still keeps more in theme with the anime. It's kind of returning to a status quo in a sense. Because the first two orders were like finishing up with the series finale of the anime start, which I guess made sense. And I was really waiting for something else to happen. Like I knew it was only a matter of time before the whole big foul thing finished up and what will happen after that. And I thought this was a natural progression from the big foul arc into continuing to grow the relationship between Roger and Dorothy. Clear up the final finale plot point with Angel because Angel makes an appearance in the story and realize that she's wanted to apologize and everything, and this is I really do like a lot of the tone. I like the idea behind the murders because usually when there's a serial killer on the loose, they usually have some kind of theme. Like the Zodiac Killer, he had his notes. John Wayne Gracie, he did the clown. There was always like some kind of there was always some kind of theme with like all these high profile murderers. And I thought the Nine Muses were like a really nice touch, especially since it fits Schwartzwald to a T. He's about finding the truth. He's about finding history. So using like historical Greek figures, despite the fact they're not really that well known compared to like the gods. I mean, most people will probably remember as those five singing chicks from Hercules. Those were the Muses. Five of the Muses. And so I like the touches. Uh, Character development. I like the character. I mean, Roger and Dorothy stayed the same. I'm just gonna leave those out there. They stayed the same as they always were. So it's not really worth talking about them. Angel, I like her symphony. How she wants to redeem herself because she was she was a tragic figure in the anime, and she was really thought out and made like someone who wanted to redeem herself for what happened in the series finale with the whole big Venus and all the city wiping out all that Gainax stuff. Um, but the real star of this story was Schwarzwald. I thought when I found out that Schwarzwald was the guy the first time I read it, I was actually blown away because I thought, well, in the anime, in the way this anime is, nothing makes sense at the same time. It does make sense. So when Big Duo was destroyed, I thought Schwarzwald died, but when he came back and in this story, and he made a case saying, "Oh, he didn't really die. He managed to get out of Big Duo in time and had a parachute on hand." It makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. So, such is the theme with the anime. And I thought, okay, a logical explanation about how he got out, but it's still the whole idea with him appearing in front of Alan Gabriel somehow and killing Gabriel when Big O had a rematch with Big Duo. Um, and everything about him, from the background character to coming to the forefront near the end of that story, it made a lot of sense, and he honestly stole the story. He honestly stole it from me. Him coming back, his reasoning, his battle with uh, Roger, the little debate they have. I thought everything he did was really extremely well done, extremely thought out, extremely thought provoking. Especially with the next story, we kind of expanded on that. It kind of expands on that. I think in the next story or the story after, where there is another conversation with Schwarzschild. I'll get to that when I get to that. And everything progresses just nicely. Grammar. I did see 3 grammar issues. I saw a grammar issue in chapter 1. No, 4. 4 grammar issues. I saw one in chapter 1, and then I saw one in the last 4 chapters. Just one mistake per those chapters. They were really minor, but again, the Nazi zombies, the grammar Nazis will hound my ass if they find out. So, no disrespect. I'm just letting you know about the mistakes. Pacing and imagery. It's standard. It's a little longer for this type of story being told. I honestly wish if this was made into an episode, it probably had to be a 2-parter. Honestly, because I think how the story was being told, I think it was way too open. The door's open. I think the story how it's told is fine from a pacing issue, but I'm trying to picture how would it translate to an anime, and I think, well, it's good, but it'd probably be too long for like one episode, maybe like a second episode. And imagery is par for the course. One second. Okay, this is being handled. Sorry, I got someone's at the door, and I was screaming at him that he can come in. I'm too far in now. I'm not gonna stop now. Pacing energy is fine. Emotional investment and connection to genre. It's a mystery suspense. I thought the mystery was fine, and that's what connects it with connects to emotional investment because I'm a sucker for a good mystery. I am a legitimate sucker for a good mystery. Mysteries I have whenever there's a good, at least a half decent mystery, I always get invested like very, very, very easily. And the suspense, I'm a little on the wall with suspense, and doing a video.
Well, after you do your video, I want this bed done.
Okay, I will get it done.
So, okay. Okay, me.
See, now you know how to deal with. Now you know how to deal with. Anyway, back where I was thinking, where I was at. Yeah, I'm a sucker for good mystery. Mysteries more than any other genre get me invested very, very easily because I love a good mystery. Um, and the whole idea with the name Muses, which was a nice hit because I actually learned something new. I learned about the Muses. I didn't know. Suspense. What? If it wasn't for the fact I'm so close to the end, I would just delete the video and start over. But I'm not. I have to do one take. I'm not gonna do this all over again. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, suspense. Suspense. I'm a little more on the wall about. Um, I kind of see suspenseful elements, but I don't see a lot. I think this story, in terms of what genre it honestly should have been a straight mystery. Just get rid of the suspense. Don't add a different genre. Just keep it pure mystery, or maybe at least add like a general tag to it. Other than that, I wouldn't really add anything. I wouldn't really change anything. Um, favorite part and would I recommend this? Uh, favorite part, the scene the part where Roger causes Schwartzwald to break down. He basically does the whole, oh, if you're about the truth, then why are you killing people who know too much? No, no. And I thought that was just a nice touch, and I thought, what a wonderful piece of comeuppance for the bad guy. Would I recommend this? I would honestly recommend this. I was on the wall with the last story because I'm not a big fan. Personally, I was not a big fan of it, but I love the story. I like the idea. I like that, and it goes back to the status quo of you can start with any episode, any part you want, and it'll all make sense. But at the same time, it won't make sense. It raises more questions to answer about everything that goes on and everything that happens. So that's my thought. That's my thought. That's my horse. Oh, I gotta watch Ed and Eddie. I love that show. That's my horse. Dun 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 dun. So that's my review. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you honestly think of it. I'll get back to making more readings, more videos as soon as I can, and I hope you enjoy this. So this is Dark Symphony saying goodbye and